Hello lads and lasses, TRZ Plays here. And before you start, I just want to say that this video is based on my opinion, so no need to go on a rant saying that this ship should be one of my favorites, because it wouldn't be. But this is just going to be my top 5 favorite ships. Top 5 ships that I personally play. Now don't be surprised that most of them are battleships, because I'm a battleship player, duh. So exactly what I say, please expect that these are mostly just battleships, and I'm ranking them based on how I play them and if they're beautiful or not, if they're actually powerful. So with that out of the way, let's just hop into the video right now, starting with number 5. Now in my number 5 spot, I decided to put my favorite tier 6 battleship, the Synop. What do I like about Synop? Its guns, its capability of bow tanking unless you get up tiered, but I like it especially when it comes to brawling. It's an excellent brawler, especially when fighting ships with giant citadel like that Nagato. I've had a lot of fun citadeling Nagatos, Amagis with it, and even brawling other Synops. But this thing shines the most when you are in a lower tier game, or if you're a very good player and manage to get up tiered and brawl Iowas with this thing. This thing can stand up to an Iowa unless you get your bow blasted off, which is quite common to say the least. But if you know how to play Synop, then you're pretty much set for life. You can take on Vladivostoks even, or just, you know, be an excellent tanker. So number 5, could it be anyone else for me? It was the Synop. Coming in at number 4, this might shock you since I put Colorado in worst, I decided to put New Mexico, because this is a ship that I personally love. Why? Because I used to play this ship a lot during ranked season. Actually, I used to play this before the Soviet battleships came out. Because ranked, this thing was a monster in tier 5 ranked, until Ismail came in and ruined the career for New Mexico. But I like it a lot, especially when it comes to playing standard, because this is my go-to ship for standard as well. Seeing that I've this is the only ship I've grinded the entire way through standard, because New Mexico isn't that bad of a ship, unlike what most people say. Yes, it is a shotgun, even if you look at the dispersion as I tried to hit that Icarus, but it's built for up-close engagements, unless you meet ships that can overmatch your side armor. But I don't have that much to say about New Mexico. It's a great ship. That's what I'm going to say. It's an amazing ship, very fun to play at tier 5, especially when you get down tiered to tier 4 games. This thing is amazing. Torpedo belt armor, as you can see, actually relatively good. So that's all I have to say for New Mexico. Great ship, great power. Speaking of power, we have the Emperor Palpatine of battleships. We have the Imperator Nikolai I, Imperator Nikolai I. This thing was my first premium ship. It was my first premium ship, which is why it only holds a special place in my heart, personally saying. Nikolai as well was my most played ship. I haven't touched it in 3 months before. But when I did take it out for a clubbing session on standard with the boys, it's a very good game with 2 Nikolais and 1 California. The many things I like about Nikolai is it's great for deleting cruisers, and it has that trollish Russian dispersion we all sometimes love, sometimes hate. I personally love it because I like Russian battleships, especially a ship like Nikolai, which is Imperatsia Maria. The only Imperatsia Maria in the game. Please don't add another one. But back on topic, Nikolai, great guns, powerful, great for brawling, great for clapping BDs. So, and my first premium ship. I can't say anything negative about the Nikolai. So I decided at number 2 to put one of my other favorite tier 4 battleships, next to the Second Amendment, which is the Texas. And the Nikolai, we have Giulio Cesare, one of the only 2 Italian battleships in the game. Now, I was considering buying the Abruzzi instead of Cesare, but I decided to give Cesare a shot because it was cheaper and to be quite honest, infinitely better, even though that thing's tier 6, this is tier 4. What do I like a lot about Julius Caesar? It's trollish dispersion, especially on that Phoenix. And another thing that I like about it is it's great for clapping DDs. It's a floating Breda when you have the secondary battery mod on, meaning you might just literally turn the ship into a giant minigun, just cutting down DDs and smaller cruisers. Julius Caesar, oh, the Conqueror, as I like to call it, because, well, you came, you saw, you conquered. Especially light cruiser Citadel, like the Omaha. I'm gonna have Vietnam flashbacks mentioning that ship's name. But if we're gonna mention anything good about Julius Caesar, is its guns. Armor isn't that bad, but the problem is if you're caught broadside or over-angled, say goodbye to your HP pool. Now, before we get to our number 1 spot, here are some honorable mentions that I didn't put on the list. And here we have my most significant battleship, the Bismarck. The only good historical significant battleship that I own. And this ship, I recently got it and I couldn't be any more happy. This is my second, actually my third check line tier 7 battleship. Because this ship, what's not to like? Beautiful. It's beautiful. You can't say anything wrong with this ship. Especially those Yamato elitists that say Yamato's better than Bismarck. But does Yamato have a song about it? No, Bismarck does. And moving on about that Yamato Bismarck childish bittery. Now, in terms of power, it has, I believe, about the same caliber as Roma. I believe 15-inch guns. So, in terms of caliber, it does have on the small side, but it depends on how you play it. And if you know how to play Bismarck, then you can have either a good player or an immortal god. And Bismarck falls under the category of an immortal god. Turtleback, meaning almost impossible to Citadel. Yamato might be the only thing that can remotely do critical damage to Bismarck unless you're literally up close and personal to the thing. And great for vibe checking legendary tiers, great for harassing cruisers. You can't bash Bismarck anymore, especially with the secondaries being MG42s like you're on Omaha Beach. I can't say anything else. In my opinion, Bismarck is one of the best tier 7 battleships and my personal favorite. That's all I have to say about it, man. So good luck, and I'll see you all on the high seas.